Hi everyone, we're ROMbi, and today we're reviewing Dionys,
Valanga.
which we don't actually know how to pronounce, but it sounds cool, so we're gonna go with that.
So he is the archer of the second Christmas match, the first Christmas match of this
Year.
season. Sure.
He looks so cool.
He's really fancy looking.
Yeah. He's a monarch or some sort, right? Like,
I don't know, maybe.
but anyway, here he is.
So he is right now a B+ on Famitsu. When he came out, he was an A+. So he is a little bit lower rated than the other characters. Around the time that he came out, he was an A+, while a lot of the characters that were coming out around that time were about an S class. A+, S class to maybe S+. So
I see.
he might not be worth rolling for, but we'll
Nowadays.
see. We'll see.
I mean, he's worth rolling for the art. And if you like art, he's... Okay, so honestly, he was my first roll for the Christmas match, and I'm so happy because he's so pretty!
I remember when we were playing in around January,
yeah. We were talking
when
about...
he had first come out in the Japanese version, we saw him and we're like, wow, he looks so pretty in game.
And he was the one that we wanted to get. Like, of just looking at the art and not looking at their skills and stuff, he was the character that we were aiming to get. So I'm really glad at the end of the day I got him. But January seems so long ago now.
Yeah. But
anyway.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to his...
leader skill.
Or his other art.
Or his other art. Wow, look at this! Oh my god, there's Fran in the background. There's Gabby in the background.
There's that... What's that devil name?
Gabby.
That's not the devil.
That's not the devil?
No.
No, it is. It's Gaby, not Gabi, right? No. I don't know.
It's the devil girl.
It's the devil girl. She's the
warrior of this batch, I think.
I think she's the warrior of this batch. And then Fran is the brawler of this batch.
But yeah, he's like holding a banquet, and his
banquet is really fancy, and his coat is really swishy. And...
look at that lens flare.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll go on. His leader skill is Gentle Protect, which is kind of strange
name.
I think that's not correct grammar. But going on, it greatly lowers the damage of defender types. Damage that defender types take. So he does give them a defense buff.
Yeah, so his passives are resist damage minus 15%, attack plus 15%, and attack and defense up by 8% per defender type on your team.
So resist damage is good, which means you just have more
damage.
Of a defense buff. Attack plus 15% is always good. But the interesting one is the attack defense plus 8%, because it's kind of difficult to have a full defender team. They tend to do lower attack. They tend to have passive skills that are more based on defense
or HP
than the current meta, which is to have the most amount of attack possible. Really, survivability is important, but attack is like our meta. So I'm not sure.
Although this passive skill does synergize nicely with his leader skill, so I don't know. I probably wouldn't activate that passive that often, just because it's not what a lot of the top tier characters in our game are right now.
Right.
So we'll see.
Yeah, most of them are attacker types or technical types. So we'll see if they release more defender types that are top tier. But in any case, if you do have defender types that you're particularly attached to and are good at playing with, then he will absolutely make your team better.
Yeah, so his first action skill is Van Bar, and it deals damage to the enemy. It has a chance to sleep, which is another sort of type of stun-looking thing. And it also deals extra damage to demon-type enemies, or demon-type, warrior-type, Asmondian system.
Right.
And it also gives you an action skill buff. So it will increase your next action skill attack by plus 50%. It will cost you 22 SP.
So it's okay.
Overall, it's a pretty good skill, I'd say.
I think
because it gives you
a lot of buffs. It's got a lot of damage.
It inflicts status on the enemy, or a chance to inflict status on the enemy.
I think the only downside is it inflicts sleep in particular, because sleep goes away if you hit them, right?
Yeah.
So his second action skill is Penetrate Oath, which also I think is bad grammar, but it deals damage to the enemy and deals more damage, I assume, to demon-type enemies. I'm not quite sure.
Yes, it does do more damage.
To demon-type enemies. Alright, because it says deals damage to demon-type enemies.
It's more damage.
Alright. And it will cost 50 SP. I think this may be a little bit expensive for an archer, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so here we are. Let's switch to him and not get hit. I like his hair.
So you can see, I really like his sprite too. It's still very pretty.
Let me see if I can get a zoom in without getting hit. Let's see.
Let's not.
Let's not. Okay, so let's use his first action skill. And he does one shot and gives you this kind of like buffy looking thing.
That's the action skill buff. So his first skill does pierce. So if you have your enemies in a line, they will all get hit. But it is a fairly short range.
Yeah, you can see it's not very fat at all. So here's his second skill.
So it has a pretty nice AoE effect. But let's see how far away we can actually hit with his second skill.
Alright, let's back up a little bit more, and hopefully I don't die.
Oh, well, they sort of ran into it. I feel like it's just that short range.
I don't think he jumps forward. I don't think that he, let's see. I don't think that he, like, runs towards the enemy in any way in order to make his skill more viable. Let me see if I can get his second action skill again, which is unlikely. Here we go. Yeah, it's just right in front of him. But it is an AoE attack, and it does attack all the enemies. And the nice thing about it is it's kind of pretty.
Yeah, so both of his skills do extra damage to demon-type enemies, which can be really nice.
When you're playing levels with demon types. And because he's an archer, this does him a lot of good, because demon types, if you use your action skill, you do get hit. You do get picked up and thrown, and archers have that distance. So, unfortunately, I'm not fantastic playing with archers, so this is what the result is. But he's pretty interesting, because he does do Pierce, which is a normal archer skill, but it doesn't really usually come with archer action skills, right?
So, I feel like he is a very niche character. So, if you're fighting up against a lot of demon types, I would probably use him just because he can do extra damage to all of them with either of his skills, which is a little bit different because a lot of other characters only have that buff on one of their skill.
Right. The other thing is his skills don't do actually a whole lot of damage, unfortunately. I think he's fine as a normal archer, but he just doesn't do the amount of damage that the meta requires nowadays. I would say he's probably not one of the characters that you're probably rolling for during this batch.
But yeah, and that's Dionys.
Hopefully you guys do enjoy playing with him. I like him a lot because his sprite is super pretty, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!